Good morning. Today is Friday, September 2nd. I had a difficult time. Doesn't look like the map accurately showed where Hughes Gap is. In any case, the map showed that it was on a regular two-lane road. It's actually on a dirt road, so I had to go back a bit and check with some construction workers in order to find out, yep, you got to take the dirt road. This is looking down into North Carolina, and then this is north into Tennessee. So tomorrow we'll be coming up to this location, leaving the car here overnight. Trusty car, and in that direction you can see a white blaze. That's where I'm going to be headed, toward Iron Mountain Gap. Paul's probably halfway here by now, but in any case, this is Hughes Gap. Had to dip down into North Carolina and then head back right up to the border in order to park here, and Paul's parked over at Iron Mountain Gap. So got a little bit of a late start. I'm just a quarter mile into it. Finding that my first mile or two is always a bit slower. Just takes a while to get warmed up, especially on a day like today. It's probably about 65 out. I think the high is only supposed to be 85, but that's of course in the city down below. Nice and windy up here. I say windy, maybe a 10 or 15 degree gust, but a constant. It seems like a constant, maybe a 5-mile-an-hour wind. But it's the sound of the leaves that makes it so nice, actually. Here's some interesting naturescape up there. I'm sure it had to have been I'm sure, likely a high wind that toppled that guy over. Who knows how long he's been there. But he's kind of conformed to the shape of the hill there. Okay, this is 2¼ miles into it. Haven't seen Paul yet. I'm at Little Rock Knob. Run into a couple of people here. This is the highest elevation that I've had a good view at. So this is now to the south. What are your names? Jesse. So I run into Jimmy and Jesse right here, Little Rock Knob.
On the Appalachian Trail, September 2nd, 2016. Started my Thru hike. Alright, please don't stalk me. No stalking allowed on the trail.
See you at the end of the day, homie. Be safe. I think it must be King Lear. There goes Paul. We met at just about the halfway point. He said he was going slow today, but you know, he's doing 17 or 18 today. Well, I just saw Paul. We met and had a bar, protein bar, Cliff Bar, watered up. He said he was going slower than normal, which I can tell because we're just about at the halfway point. My Garmin went low, even though it might not be accurate. I think it's a good thing to have. yesterday, I think it correlated very highly on the walk over to Spivey. But anyway, it looks like I'm going to have to charge that baby every night. So I was also clued in on the fact that we are walking through a broadleaf forest. Saw some birch trunks back there. I had no idea that birch trees were this far south. Even in southern Michigan there were very few. So he just said, hey, meet me about 4 or 5 o'clock. So that's the current plan for the day. That'll give me plenty of time to find a spot for Sunday, maybe even Monday. Got a good little uphill going here. Can't really tell, I'm sure. Oh, I got lucky. Little red one. See him there? He's doing his hiking. Huh. So here is that birch tree. First one I've seen standing. Definitely a birch though. On my way down, I've got probably 4 miles to go. Okay, the sign is self-explanatory. I am exactly 4.2 miles from the end of the day, so I've come about 5 plus. Over here at Greasy Creek Gap, elevation 4,000, there's actually a hostel, and green flags indicate the way. There are green flags off to the side of this campsite. But in any case, this is larger than most campsites that you'd see. There's my pack right there. There are my beautiful walking sticks. And the 4.2 miles, the direction I need to head to is in that way. I'm going to be going down about 700 feet, so that's a couple hundred feet every mile. So 3 days ago that would have been a challenge. Now it's far less of a challenge. Legs seem to be okay. Between 1.5 and 1.75 to go. How in the world did these rocks get here? This is on the AWOL guide. You just really don't expect rocks like this at this elevation. I think it's called rock wall, rock pillar. Yes, this has to be the rock pillar. You could probably sleep under there for an evening if you needed to. In fact, I know you could. So that's Rock Pillar, just on the way down to Indian Grave Gap. Not only are the rocks up here, but they're tilted, which would mean some type of fault along the way. Well, you could tell this is the highest point. Curious. Well, I'm definitely getting more comfortable with the downhills this last 1.5 miles, and I'm just about a 1/4 mile from the Indian Gap parking spot. This last mile or so has been pretty good to me. My legs have been pretty good to me. I can hear the cars nearby. I think I heard I think I saw the road as well, but almost there. Ran into 3 hikers, locals. They must have been carrying 50 plus pounds. They were out for 3 days. This is the Labor Day weekend, so there will be a few more hikers out. It's always good to see. Know that you're not the only one. In case of a miscue, there might be somebody to give you a hand. So I think tomorrow, well, my next move is to grab the car, run back, get a shower. Then I want to go up north to Elizabethton and head out 19E to see where we might be able to stay for 2 or 3 nights. That would be a Sunday night, Monday night. Don't think we'll need to stay Tuesday night because by then I'm sure we'll have made the turn to the north, at which point we're headed to Damascus. So, but again, I'm not doing the mileage that Paul is. After my rest day, well, I'm probably doing maybe 60% of the miles that he's doing. So I'm happy to be caddying for him. It's a good job. Well, looks like we are done for the day. Come my 9.1 miles from Hughes Gap down here to to Iron Mountain Gap. So I'm gonna head out to the hotel, run in, take a shower, grab some chow, and do a little scouting for lodging for Sunday, possibly Monday night. Not a bad time. Again, the last 2 miles always are the longest. I thought I was through about 10 or 15 minutes ago, but made good time. I'm confident of that. So it's about 4:30. I've been off the trail for 2 hours. Made my way over here to Carver's Gap, where both of us hope to begin tomorrow. And looks like a completely different country over here. Even though it's only 8 miles from Hughes Gap, I mean it's about 1,500 feet in elevation higher, and you can see all the coniferous here. Much darker. Somehow it seems more quiet. Probably more quiet because the leaves aren't blowing. But waiting for Paul, my hunch is could be another hour or so. So my debate now is whether or not and how we're going to possibly remain in Irwin, the bed and breakfast, the Roan bed and breakfast. Looked like a pretty good deal. A little bit more expensive than our Mountain Inn Express, but still comfortable. And if we go all the way back to Irwin, we've really got quite a distance, probably close to an hour from Irwin out here to Carver's Gap. Well, just in the last 5 minutes from the time I went down onto the trail and came back, just in that time, got very cloudy up here. 5,500 feet, probably to be expected. Clouds are going to come in and out all day. So we're in a cloud. I don't really enjoy driving in these clouds, but especially at night. I don't know if you can see them go by, but they're headed from right to left, which is, I'm sure, west to east. So we got a little wait. And even though we're at 5,500 feet, the Roan Mountain Gardens are up at about 6,000. That's an old resort from the late 1800s up at the Roan Mountain Gardens. There's no longer a hotel there, to my knowledge. But there was one. It used to be touted or marketed as a European vacation spot as well.